with you a memory that I had of something that happened. Gosh, this has been now probably 15 years ago. My daughter at the time, my youngest daughter, was very small. She was young. She was probably, I'm guessing 6, maybe 7 years old. And it was the Sunday after Christmas. She came running into the room. I was getting ready, and at the time I was on staff at the First Baptist Church, and so I wore ties every time I went to the church. I wore a tie and a coat, and I was ready to get up. In fact, that morning I had to preach that morning because our pastor was on vacation, and I was filling the pulpit that day. And our church that I went to was a fairly large church. It had, probably 600 plus in Sunday school, especially with it being the holiday. So anyway, I was getting ready to preach, and I was putting on my tie, and I was trying to get everything, to look the part of the First Baptist thing. And she comes running into the room, and she had a string of beads. And this string of beads that she put together was really something to see. There was no rhyme or reason to the colors. Some of the string had a knot tied in it with a bead stuck off to one side, and it was a beautiful work of art in her eyes. But when I saw it, it was kind of funny to me because it was funny looking and it was cute. But what made it special to me was that she made it. It wasn't so special because it was the most beautiful work of art as far as the beads were concerned. So anyway, she said, "You like it? Do you like it? Do you like it?" And I said, "Oh, I love it. I don't just like it. I love it." So I put the beads on, and I didn't think anything else about it until I was walking into the church, and one of the ladies in the church walks by me and stops and looks at my beads and kind of, looks at them funny. And she says, "Well, what are you wearing that for?" And she kind of made this funny face. And I said, it's something that I thought would look good with my attire. I made a joke. I said, something I thought would look good with my attire, matches my eyes. And she said, "They're so ugly, they're cute. They're so ugly, they're pretty." And I said, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that, But I ended up speaking that morning on the pulpit about what we have to offer God over the course of the next year. And, this past year was not what I would say a pretty year. It was kind of an ugly year for a lot of us. It was kind of an ugly time for many of us as we've gone through so much. And some of it I've handled well, some of it I've not handled so well. But, at the end of the year, we have this mental thing about how we have a clean slate. We put that away. We start over fresh and brand new. Folks, I try to do that every day. I try to start over fresh, brand new every day and give God me every day. I try to present myself to Him as a living sacrifice every day. And there used to be, and I know this is, some of y'all are going to laugh at me. There used to be a Christian pop band called Bash in the Code. And Bash in the Code had a song called The Diamond in the Rough, I think was the name of the song, or Diamond, that may have been the name of the song. And that song, I'm sure you can still find it, but that song was talking about how God didn't give up on me. And I remember that song because even though the song was not necessarily my favorite kind of music, the lyrics of this particular song, whenever I had someone that shared it with me, they struck a chord with me. He didn't give up on me just because I wasn't the most beautiful tool in His toolbox. He knew when He saw me that there must be something there. And He took time for me, and he saw something in me worth dying for. And that's a huge thing. And just like I wore that necklace, that bead necklace, with a suit and tie, with pride. I wore it with pride. Why? Because it was beautiful? Not necessarily. Why did I wear it with such pride? I wore it because my little girl made it for me. And it was special to me. And it made me think of her when I saw it. And that is how I present myself to Him. And I may not be the most beautiful creation that he has to look at. I may not be the most perfect, flawless diamond in his crown. But I want to be the best me that I can be. And something tells me that God looks upon me the same way I looked upon that bead necklace that my daughter gave. Something tells me that God looks at me and sees me as a perfect, flawless diamond in his crown. Even though whenever we all know and everyone looks at me and sees me, they're thinking to themselves, why in the world? What's going on with you? You know? That lady didn't understand why I was wearing that. It didn't matter to me. Folks, people may not understand you. They may not understand the package. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is what he thinks of you. You have an audience of one. And what matters more than anything anybody else thinks or says or feels, what matters is what he thinks of you. Give him your best. Make a beautiful diamond in his crown. And he will love you just the way he's created you to be. And he will be proud to wear you in his crown. I love you guys. God bless you.